I'm Nia, and we're officially at Worthy Park, so come and follow along.
Now the juice is extracted and boiled, you get molasses and brown sugar. Now molasses and brown sugar together is known as wet sugar. That is poured through a limestone filter back in the day to separate it, but we're using a centrifugal basket to separate molasses from brown sugar. Leave some of the sugar cane because what you're going to taste next has an acquired taste.
Oh, fresh cane!
We have our water storage tank. We have two sources for the water. We have an aqueduct which ends at the sugar factory that is piped underground to that tank. We also have a well which is about 2.5 kilometers north from here, and that well is 400 feet deep, and all that water is filtered through limestones. Limestones, it softens the water and it gives it a slight sweet taste to it as well. Alright, so we're inside the area where they ferment molasses to make rum. I know it's pretty quiet inside right now, but we're not producing, and that's the reason for that. When everything is running, it's extremely warm and noisy on the inside. Alright, over to that side we have the propagator and the bulbs, and those are used to multiply yeast until it reaches the required volume and concentration. Once it is ready, they pump it over to the side in these fermentation tanks. Now we have 6. Each of these tanks holds 88,000 liters. Now take a look to the roof where the tanks are. You're going to see that the tanks are pretty much touching the roof, which means that they're closed fermentation cycles. They're not open up. Now by touchscreen computer, the molasses on the outside gets loaded into these tanks. Water is also added to the required density. The pH is also measured, and they also add nutrients. It's a little secret ingredient that makes everything, when it comes together, it makes it happy. It is a batch process. That means from start to finish, it takes 5 to 6 hours. It's made of 100% copper as well. So full-bodied, flavorful rums, that is what comes off at the pot stills. Now once you receive the fermented wash, it goes straight into the first pot, and then heat is applied by external colander. Now once heat is applied, alcohol and water boils at different temperatures. So once it boils, the alcohol evaporates, it travels over the swan neck, and then it moves into the first retort at 30%. We refer to it as low wine. They can bottle from 200 ml to 1.75 liters. However, on the new line, which is the one that they changed from manual to semi-automated, they do the rum creams there. All right, all the other rums are done on the other line. All right, when you go inside, you're going to see how the bottles are washed, filled, capped, labeled, packaged. All right, so when you go in, you're going to see, oh, and quality control. There's a whiteboard for quality control checks. So they look to see if there's any particles or sediments in the liquid. If they find anything, it is removed from the line. Because we're losing that amount from the barrels, we have to do a topping off process. All right, so every 3 years we take our barrels down, we bring them back to the blending hall for the topping off process. So say for example we have 10 barrels of say 2010 rums. We're going to open all the 2010 barrels. We're going to take 2 from the batch of 10 and you pour them out into the others. So at the end you're going to realize you only have 8 barrels remaining out of the 10. You lose a barrel or 2. Even more, it all depends on how long you're aging the rums for.